ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and everybody who likes Fortnite Save the World. This time is a little bit special for me. This is a SSD Storm Shield Defense Twine Peaks 7. I started doing one of the mornings and I thought, why not, let's record it, let's make a little guide around it. A lot of people ask me about the traps and tunnels and stuff like that, so I'm going to try to show you what is going on in the SSD 7. It's not hard, it's not easy, I think it's the right balance for this one. So as we start, you can see that this is the base, and it's a tunnel. It's a 2-tile tunnel, quite long, and it's all trapped up at the spawn point as well. It is necessary if you do single, not necessarily if you do in a group. I mean, 4 people in your group, at least level 70, you should have no problem with the 2-tile trap tunnel in here. You can see that some of the traps are 130s, they've been installed later on, but most of them they are 106s, and some of the wall punches are 82s as well, as the dynamos are 106s as well. It's average. I mean, if I'm gonna carry on with the 8 and 9 and 10, I'm a quite possibility that it's gonna have to be replaced to 130s all around, just because of the smashers. HP is quite high. But of course, if you play with 4 people, that's it's much easier, and it's much easier defendable, even if on SSD 8, 9, and even 10. So it's just please bear in mind that 106s are, in my opinion, are enough. But of course, if you want to do a challenge, as I tried to do through the beginning to the end of all the SSDs from Stonewood, Blankerton, and Canny Valley, and Twine, try to do it single, then of course you're not going to be satisfied with 106 traps. You're going to put down some 130s as well. What I'm pointing at is in the corner, you can see, if somebody do not know, that on the spawn point on the left hand side, you see those are brick tops. That's the border of my traps in there, and on the right hand side as well. I have got boxed in there. What you have is a ramp, and literally boxed up in a ramp, so they cannot even try to go through there. It's like a barrier. It's an unbreakable barrier. The husks are literally giving up on that, and they not even try to destroy it, not even try to go through it, and they literally just go where the route is much easier for them. That's a bit of a trick what I learned from one of the other YouTubers, or YouTuber called Mexico, and thank you for that. Actually, that was one of the main reasons why, because you can actually tell the husks, I want you to go this way, I want you to go this way, use this trap, do this, let's bounce you on the left, bounce you to the right, this way, and literally the husk just follows your orders, and you can guide them through your traps as much as you need to. So that actually really helped. Now the other thing is, it's good to check, I mean, dynamos, gas traps, or electric traps, and spikes on the bottom. Why this combination? Of course, the spikes, you know that they are slowing down. If not the spikes, then the freeze traps, which actually, you know, they slow down the enemies. They don't stop them, they slow them down. And the same like these star ones. You can see these are the new ones, which leveled up on 106, some of them 130, and they're quite good because they hold them for 6 seconds, if I remember right. 6 seconds the enemies, or they're gonna be killed beforehand, so the next enemy is gonna be stunned again for 6 seconds. If not, then the next enemy is gonna be released from it and walk past it. Of course, you can see that when the smash is gonna come to it, they don't stop, they just walk through it. They're not affected by the tar traps, but still they have been slowed at least a little bit with the spike traps. Now you can see some of the electric traps are here in used. I would like to mention with electric traps that they're good because they actually do damage 3 tiles underneath the roof. So what I'm talking about, this is 1 tile height, what you can see in front of me. There's another one you can have a bottom one, a second, and the third one, and they're gonna do damage. So if somewhere you can't put the traps, which is so deep, then you put the electric one on the top, and it's gonna reach to the bottom 3 tiles as well, which is absolutely amazing. That's the only trap which can reach 3 tiles down below. Of course, if you have materials for something completely different, then use them, but it's really recommended to use any kind of slowing down traps. Smashers are, you can see, a bit of exception. As I mentioned in a second ago, they walk through them like nothing, but there has been affected with the other damage around. I try to use traps which are a combination of the different materials. What I mean is some of my traps use crystals as a main source of material. Some of them use bacon, as you know, the gas traps. Some of them use completely different and try to combine them, you know, so you don't have to farm just that one type of material, but other things as well you can use, which I think is good. If you don't have it fully leveled up, that's fine, use what you can, but in Twine you should be able to actually do max what you're actually able to do, which is 106 and 130s. I recommend highly in here in these SSDs. You can see the second wave is completely done. I mean, these first two places are quite common, so I don't think they need anything explanation. If you want, you can pause, of course, the video, rewind it, go fast forward, have a look which one you need, have a look with a different angle. I try to move it around so you can see. Though I wanted to I want to mention this one because I wanted to completely dismantle these traps in the second I think it's amplifier B, and I left it there just for in case. And this is, I don't know if it's a glitch or whether it's a bug, but you can see that they're coming completely around the amplifier. They're not coming from one wave, from one side, from north, south or west. They're coming just completely around it. You can see that the spawn points are all around the amplifier, and they're gonna come through. Some of them, you see, those are the traps for what has been left there for a long time and hasn't been in use, because you know, you build a new amplifier, and between your base and the amplifier nothing's gonna spawn except this one. This is just gonna spawn in there. I haven't experienced it anywhere else, of course, yes, in the war games, but before or after the waves, maybe just a one-off, maybe just a glitch, I do not know, but we'll get ready for it if you want to do it single. If you do it in a group, it shouldn't be a problem, because most of the places you've got a trap down and the 2 or 3 people can defend the other smaller parts of the incoming attacks. You can see here that actually try to turn around, that these traps on the last amplifier, I can't see the number of it, I think it's an F amplifier. It's not made for damage. This one is protected just from the top because that's the only access point, which we're defending now, but that F amplifier on the bottom, almost the last one, is actually put by wall launchers and floor launchers, so they try to push all the husks to lava. The reason why I try to do this because well, to do it quicker. If you know how fast is the recharge of any electrical or gas traps or spikes, you know, when they do damage, and these launchers are much quicker release than anything else. So big possibility that actually if I wouldn't put this ramp down here, then they wouldn't be able to even come up here, and they would just stay there, go around like in a circles. They've been pushed down into the lava, and eventually they would be, you know, they would be killed by lava. These throwers, for some reason, whenever they got so thin legs, or what is the reason, or they just float on the top of the lava, they don't want to die. They keep throwing the husks on my SSDs, on my amplifiers, but they don't want to literally die. I had to come back quite often. Look, they just walk on the lava. I don't care who are you, I just want to do my job, and I don't care if it burns or not. And I'm just going to try to destroy you whatever it costs. Of course, for getting ready to unexpected in these SSDs, you can do that, but always be ready that something's going to go wrong, something's go around, you're going to have to still build. At the last second, put some traps in there because you forgot, or because you realize they're going to go through there, or they punch through some of the walls what they didn't meant to, and you do need to patch it up. You know, just play it by a little bit of ear. I try to do this video so most of the people actually know what to build and roughly how to build. I mean, don't copy it 100%, you know, because mine has flaws as well. I haven't seen 100% base yet, but the big possibility there's gonna have to be somewhere on the way, 100% defendable base, just because of the new endurance modes of the storm shield defenses, which I did heard that Twine is extremely hard. So good luck to everybody. But at the moment, SSD 7 is on the way. Looks good. 1 minute left from the third wave, and we're looking quite good, to be honest. All the traps are working in working order. Yeah, where I'm pointing, that is where the lava is. There's a middle one in there. I can't climb up there. I can't show it to you, but in a minute I will. There's one next to the last amplifier, which you're gonna have to build for the 8 and the 9, or 7 and the 9, 8 and the 9. That's it. Because every 2 waves you have to build a new amplifier, and you have to use them all. So in this one you have to use all of the amplifier. You can't choose just like, okay, this is much more preferable for me, or use that one instead of the last one. No, every single amplifier in this Twine has to be used if you want to go through the 10 levels. I would just recommend, if somebody's got some lower PC or is often crashes wherever with the SSDs or the endurances, I recommend to go around, if you got a party members, to send them back where you already been and destroyed, and pick up all them bits and pieces, materials, twines, bricks and wood and metal pieces, what they left down there, sometimes ammo and stuff like that, and tell them to pick it up, so the game doesn't have to render them again after you already done that side of the defensive, because endurance needed as well, because after, I don't know, 20 waves, 25 waves, you've got so much stuff that the game needs rendering, so it's much beneficial to pick them up straight after the wave. Now this is what I'm talking about. You see, this one is down in the bottom, and there's gonna have to be built. I still need to build two of them, you see, on the southern part of the map, but not yet. This is SSD 7. This probably is the most defended amplifier in the whole map. All of the traps, there's a tunnel leading to amplifier, you see from the south, hopefully you'll be able to catch it, and they're actually the ceiling traps, you see that's amplifier. The ceiling traps are actually put on the spawn point, and they are almost completely covered. One of the reasons why did I cover the spawn point in this place as well is because of the lobbers. I mean, lobbers are the worst of my enemies in SSDs, because I do them alone, and it's really hard to get to them and kill them from the range of any assault rifle or anything like that. Much beneficial for me to literally snipe them down if I can have a view on them. But again, it's risky. If you use traps, whether it's for SSD, endurance, or any actually mission, stand at the end of the traps. What I mean is there where I'm standing now. This is the closest point to my amplifier, and the whole trap system is in front of me. So what I do is actually let the husks and anything else to be killed by the traps. I'm not going in front of them, because why? That's why I build the traps, for them to kill the husks. And there's another thing what I keep mentioning all the time during the storm shield defenses, is if you stand in front of the traps, you know these propane guys, they are quite red, and they threw the propane gases on you, lit up, and they explode, and they all destroy your traps. Yes, that's because they throw it on you, nothing else. They don't throw it on the traps. They will never do that. They will only throw it on the wall of the amplifier, or they're gonna, well, of course, on the wall which they cannot reach, or they're gonna throw it on you, which is probably the biggest possibility that they're gonna do. If the traps kill the propane people, that will not damage the gas. They will not lit up. They will not ignite it. Absolutely none. No the teddy bear, and no the gadgets. They will not do it. You can do it accidentally. The bullet, you haven't hit the husk, and the bullet just flew away and hit I don't know, the propane 5 tiles away, which can happen, did happen before, and that can ruin the whole actually defense system of the game. Or actually, it makes you actually to reload. It's something like endurance mode. That's fatal. That's fatal, because the waves are coming from, I think, 5 or 6 places, and they just keep cycling around. So first, second, third, fifth, and first, second, third, fifth, in different combinations. but the waves are coming through the different same places, I mean, and if the trap's been blown up from the first place, they're not going to be there for the next time. So be really mindful with that. Oh yeah, it's done. I was like wondering what. And the last part of the defense, fifth wave, which is on amplifier D. The traps are ready, but again you can see that the smashes are coming through, and with this one I'm gonna have a handful of work. Luckily they're just a simple smashes, nothing to be worried about, no elemental protection or anything like that, so it should be alright. And with me and my teddy and gadgets, you should be able to defend it. Again, have a look around. That we have a place here where actually the meteorite there in front of us are gonna land, which is actually it's something like a best place to put the traps, but you can't do it because the meteor is gonna land and gonna completely destroy it in one shot. So there are a few of these places around the map. So sometimes it's really worth to literally build the traps and just wait, look around, wait probably 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. I think that's the cycle when you do not do any defense system, you're just lingering in the idle mode. You see on the left hand side, that's where it is. And that's the furthest what you can go. You see the first traps on the left hand side, which are the wall ones before the tunnel. Those are fine, the rest is not. And then it's just a tunnel. You can see they're probably 2 tiles away from the lowest part of the steps when they're coming up. Every single smasher comes through with the 50% health. These traps are still 106s all around. This is SSD7, they are 108 power level, and the traps are not strong enough to actually completely destroy them. I have to actually finish them manually, which ain't so bad because they're not so high with their HP, so it's going. It takes the time. When the teddy is charged, or you've got some soldier, some special abilities with the double damage of the assault rifle, you can use it, of course. It's a simple outlander for me, Jesse. And with the help of teddy, you can sort it absolutely fine out. Smashes doesn't do much of a damage to the amplifier, don't worry about that. The biggest problem is when the Smashes clears the way for the husks, and they just literally walk through it, or with the defense shield ones, or the lobbers can throw straight away on the amplifier, so they do a damage. That's a lot of damage, but Smashes doesn't do much. They are big, they are loud, they literally destroy everything in their way. But that was a misfire shot. Look at that, I completely destroyed my whole tunnel in here. I accidentally hit the propane tank, and I completely destroyed my tunnel. But AO happened, and you can see a few seconds left. All done and dusted. Executed well. I was so happy. I'm so happy. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, rewind it, fast forward it as much as you like. Take some of it. That's for you. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye bye bye.